Hey guys, it's Rose with Rose Likes Crochet. How is everybody doing? It is Thursday, July 10th, 2025, and I am coming on here with another yarn yakking video for July. So for those of you who are new here, my name is Rose. I like to crochet. I like yarn a lot. Unfortunately, you won't see that in this video. And I make stitch markers along with other items. You can find those in my Etsy shop, so please go and check it out. It is linked down below. If you could favorite the Etsy shop and a few items, it really does help me out and I do appreciate it. So yarn yakking videos are basically me talking about if I have any happy mail, which I technically do, if I've made any yarn purchases, which I haven't, but I have made other purchases that are craft related, and if I have any finished objects. And yes, I will be showing you some finished objects at the end of this video. So before we get into it, we are also going to be talking about, just so you know, almost every video, random acts of crochet kindness, as well as the generous crafters. So admin stuff, if you are on Facebook, come and join our Facebook group. It is pretty easy to join, only 3 questions to answer. They're very easy. We have a good time over there, so please come and join. You can also follow me on Instagram. That's at Roselikescrochet, and everything that I post on Instagram goes to a Facebook business page, so you can follow me there as well. Besides the Etsy shop, that's really about it. There is a spring shop with some Rose Likes Crochet merchandise if you want some of that. And that's it for admin stuff. My email address is linked down below, as is my post office box. So if you need to send anything for the generous crafters or send me an email, please check out that description box down below. Also, anyone that I talk about, like if I talk about a pattern or if I talk about another person on YouTube or someone on Instagram, their links will be down below as well. Okay. So, like I said at the beginning of the video, we are always going to be talking about the 3 things that I mentioned, plus random acts of crochet kindness, as well as the generous crafters. So we're going to start with random acts of crochet kindness. So I am doing a contest every month, or having like a crochet along every month, and it is for random acts of crochet kindness. There's a Facebook group for Random Acts of Crochet Kindness. I'm not affiliated with them. I'm just a member, but you can go and check them out. They have files in there for patterns as well as little printouts. And a random act of crochet kindness can be something really little or something really big, and you leave it somewhere with a note and you hope that someone will pick it up and it will make them happy. So every month I pull an item out of a bag, and my particular contest is you have to send me pictures via email of the item that you made, how many you made, and where you left them. And then at the end of the month, I'll have a random name picker, pick a name, and you get a little ball of yarn and a stitch marker. It's not really that big of a deal. So, I mean, it's a big deal for me, but it's a little thing. Because sometimes random acts of crochet kindness, if they're small, you only need scrap yarn to do it. So for July, we picked an angel. So if you guys would like to join my contest and make some angels for the month of July, all you have to do is send me that email with that information, and then you'll be entered into my contest. Now I understand that it's July 10th. And have I looked up an angel pattern yet? No, I haven't. So if anyone has a pattern for an angel that you like, can you please let me know in the comment section down below so I can go and check it out. I would really, really appreciate it. All right, so that is Random Acts of Crochet Kindness, and we're only doing this for fun and just to see if we can make some people happy. Not like we're ever gonna know, but I think that if I were to find something like that, that would put a smile on my face. So that's our deal here. The next thing we're going to talk about is the generous crafters. So for this year through October, us, meaning you and me, only if you want to participate, are helping with a local charity here called the Generous Crafters. They are a bunch of ladies and gentlemen who make things for charity, specific things, and donate them locally. So the blog for the Generous Crafters is linked down below. There is also a list of items that they are requesting from us. That is also down below, and it's also a pinned announcement in the Facebook group. So we are in the month of July right now. And for the month of July, they are looking for shawls. So I am going to tell you a couple other things, and then I do have some donations to show you. So besides July being shawls, if you want to get a head start, August is going to be, they're going to collect loveys and amigurumi no larger than 12 to 14 inches and mobius fidgets. So the lovey pattern that I use is from Zelda NRJ3. It's linked down below. You don't have to use that one. You can do any amigurumi as long as it's no longer than or no larger than 12 to 14 inches. And I also added the pattern for the mobius fidget down below too. And then if you really want to get a head start, hats, scarves, mittens, and ear warmers will be for September. So I have a couple of things to talk to you about for these items. So for July, they're asking for shawls, and I am having a special sale in my Etsy shop on my shawls, and you'll see some of those here in this video because some people have already purchased some. It's going to be half off of a shawl if you want to purchase a shawl from my Etsy shop and donate it to the generous crafters. I just haven't figured out how to make them automatically 50% off. So if you do want to purchase a shawl from my Etsy shop and donate it, just send me an email. Let me know which shawl you want to purchase. I'll mark that down 50%, and then you can donate it that way. So that way nothing has to be shipped out. So that is my contribution for the month of July. I might do the same thing for August for loveys, except I'm not going to have a discount in my Etsy shop for loveys. Instead, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to do what I did last year and offer stuffed animals and invite you guys to actually just send in the blanket lovey for the stuffed animal. But we're going to talk about that more in probably the end of July, beginning of August. So keep that in mind. If you don't have the stuffed animal and you just might want to send the blanket, we're going to work something out for you. And I think that's it for July, August. I do want to let you know that there are 2 items that you can send anytime through the end of October for the generous crafters. And the first item is something called a prayer square. So they are 3x4 if you knit or crochet them, or 3x3 or 3x4 if you want to sew them. So this is the knitted one, and they put the charm on there. This is the crocheted one, and the pattern for this is actually in the blog. You can also do this without the bobbles design here. If you do it without the bobble design, what they'll do is they will add the prayer and they will make it non-denominational, so it won't have a cross there. And then this is the sewn piece, and they will add a charm to it as well. So these you can send in anytime through the end of October. And then the other thing you can send in anytime would be a 6-inch granny square. And I will tell you that my friend Paula, so I have some local friends, Paula, Philip, and Carolyn. Hi, guys. And we actually hung out on July 4th. And Paula had taken some of the squares that you guys have sent in and was stashing them so that we could all sit and make a blanket together. And we all spent the day sewing some squares together. I was kind of late to the party, but I did help. And then Paula finished putting everything together, and she did send me a picture of the finished blanket. I don't know if she's going to give it to me to show you in person, or if she's just going to give it directly to the generous crafters. So in any case, I am going to insert the picture that she sent of the finished blanket that we all put together. So this blanket was from your squares, and then me, Paula, and Philip, and Carolyn put it together. So I'll insert that picture here. So isn't it amazing what one 6-inch granny square can do? It's just incredible. So thank you guys so much for sending in squares. And remember, you can send those in through the end of October. Okay, so I do have a couple of donations to show you today, including some shawls that were purchased from my Etsy shop. But I want to talk about a craft fair that I did last weekend before I get into this other stuff. So I have a couple of purchases that I made that aren't yarn, that relate to the craft fair. So, and crochet, but I'll tell you about that in a second. Okay. So the craft fair that I did this past weekend was a 2-day craft fair. And I did this one last year and it was very successful for me. Except for last year on the Sunday, it downpoured at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon and it never stopped raining. So it was really basically a half a day last year on the Sunday. And guess what, guys? Yes, it rained again this year on the Sunday. So I'll tell you about that in a second. I swear it's like bad luck there. It's okay. So for day one, which was Saturday, I will tell you the amount of items that I sold, and it was incredible. So I also met a couple of people, and I'll tell you about that in a second. So I sold 3 loveys. One was a purple and white cow, one was a Snoopy, and one was a sloth. And you can see the Snoopy and the sloth in my Etsy shop if you want to see what they look like. But I don't think I have any more purple cows in there. So only 3 loveys. But let me tell you what else I sold. I sold 1 pig, 5 jellyfish, 5 scrunchies, 5 loaf cats, 6 market bags, 4 large roses, 2 chapstick holders, 1 water bottle holder, 1 stingray, 3 fidget flowers, 1 towel with a towel ring, 2 corn, 1 chicken, 2 Octos, 2 frogs, and 1 chill pill. So it was a very, very successful day for me on Saturday. This was July 5th. So I met a couple of people on Saturday. I met and this lovely lady, she came and introduced herself to me before the show started. Her name is Kalyani, and she is on Instagram. She is incredibly cute crochet. So I'm going to link her down below so you guys can go check her out. It was really kind of cool because she was looking at my stuff and I said, well, what do you do? And she goes, well, I like to do just onesies of things. You know, I like to do multiples of things. And then I said to her, do your items have arms and legs? And she said, yes. And I go, fine, I'll send people your way if they want something with arms and legs. So she was super nice. So hello, how are you? I hope you did well at the craft fair. And the other person that I met on Saturday was one of my subscribers, and her name is Tish. And I met her husband also, and we hugged, and she was so sweet. And she took a picture. She said she was going to post it on Instagram, but I haven't seen it yet. So hi, Tish. Thank you so much for stopping and saying hello to me. So that was Saturday. It was a really good day. It was so hot, you guys. I think everyone melted just a little bit. Like we're all made of sugar and we all melted. So it was probably 90 plus degrees Fahrenheit, and then the humidity was up there too. So it was just super, super hot. Okay, so day 2 wasn't bad, but wasn't as good as Saturday. So I only sold 1 lovey, and it was a Minnie Mouse lovey. And then I also met someone on Sunday. I'll tell you about that in a second. And I'll tell you what I sold. I sold 1 water bottle holder, 2 pigs, 1 large flower, 7 scrunchies. One lady bought 6 just herself. 4 towels, 3 Octos, 4 market bags. One of them, the credit card didn't go through, and I think the lady knew it, and she ran pretty quick. So with the market bag, whatever, I guess. I also sold 1 bee, 3 washcloths, 1 chapstick holder, and 1 jellyfish. Now it started to rain at like 2:30, and it was kind of a sprinkle, and then it stopped. And then at 4:30, it went all out and it started downpouring. So I had all the sides up in my tent, and I was like, all right, we're going to call it a day. So I called it a day at 4:30. There wasn't many people there. So the one person that I did meet on Sunday, her name was Lisa, and she has a YouTube channel. She's local here, and her channel is called the Frugal Puzzle something. I'm going to link her down below in the description box so you guys can go and check her out. And she likes to find puzzles at like Goodwill and for very cheap, and likes to do puzzles, and she does that on video. I did tell her I have a puzzle table, and she was very excited for me. So, so that was my craft fair this past weekend. Very successful, except for the rain on Sunday. Now I did make some purchases while I was there, and I will tell you that normally when I go to craft fairs, I never buy anything. And the reason I never buy anything is because I'm always at craft fairs by myself. Like there's never anyone that helps me, and it's fine. I'm not looking for sympathy. I do it all by myself. I don't want to have to pay someone to help me. I don't want to feel obligated to give someone something if they help me. So I just go by myself. So I never get a chance to walk around and look at other people's things. It just so happened that the person that was directly across from me, and it was a really tight setup, so there wasn't a whole lot of room. He was an artist, and he was just amazing. Now, not like froofy art at all. His name is Ryan, and his, I don't know if he has a YouTube channel. I don't think he does, or an Instagram, but I'll show you his business card. It's called Reth Artwork. And, oh, he is on Instagram. So I will link his Instagram so that you guys can go and follow him. He made the most incredible paintings, and he was selling, I'll put that up there just in case, but I don't think that's going to work. It was just absolutely incredible. He was also selling bookmarks of his work. So he was selling prints and bookmarks. And I will tell you that I am a huge Stephen King fan. I don't know if you guys ever read Stephen King. Stephen King's mind it's just out there. And a lot of Ryan's artwork reminded me of that like mental like thought process that Stephen King would have. So this is one of the bookmarks that I bought from him. It was just $2, and I plan on putting it in my Stephen King book that I am currently reading because I think it makes perfect sense. So I am going to link Ryan down below. I'll link his Instagram so you guys can go and follow him. The other item that I bought was the lady that was kitty corner to me, and she was selling hand-sewn coaster sets and a trivet. It was 4 coasters and a trivet for $20. She also included wine charms, because I'll show you the coasters in a second. I did not take the wine charms because I don't drink. I don't even have wine glasses, but it's in a piece of plastic. So let me open up the plastic here. Hang on. All right, you guys, I don't think she had an Etsy because we were talking about it, and I'm not sure if she's on Instagram, but the name of her business is called 9 and 10 Works, and she did tell me the story behind it, and it was a very cool story. But this is the coaster and trivet set, and she has a little sticker on there with instructions: hand wash or machine wash in a lingerie bag. So this is what I purchased from her, and you guys will understand why I had to get this. This was actually on her sign, and she only had 1 set of these, and I had to have it. So this is the trivet, and these are the coasters. You guys, the back, of course, is purple. Oh my gosh. Just beautiful, beautiful work. And you're supposed to be able to put your wine glass inside here, the stem of your wine glass, but obviously I'm just going to use these for coasters. They were so pretty. I had to buy them, and I normally don't ever spend money at craft fairs. Not on food, not on nothing. Okay, so that was my craft fair, and then I did make some purchases for craft fair stuff. So no yarn, but my niece and her boyfriend came and helped me clean up at the end of Sunday night. And I'm pretty sure when my niece's boyfriend picked up my tent, my spikes for my tent were in there, and I'm pretty sure he lost the bag. He probably didn't realize it, but they're gone. So I had to go to Walmart. This is my exciting purchase. I had to buy spikes for my tent. So this was like, I would have much rather bought yarn this week, but instead I had to buy spikes for my tent. The other thing that I had to purchase, and I didn't realize I needed this, is when I put my sides up, I didn't have a way to fasten them to the actual tent. So I am going to try this. I found this at Walmart. It is cable/cord management ties with hook and loop style closure. So it looks like that. So I am going to bring these to the next craft fair and see if these will hold up the sides of my tent So like when I put my tent up, I can put my sides up, roll it up, and then just attach it to the sides like that if I need to. So I don't know, I'm gonna try it. And the other thing that I bought, so I have little signs that go on my shelves and they keep on flying off. They're very lightweight and flimsy. They're really small. I think I've shown them on this channel before. And I wanted to get magnetic strips to put on the bottom of the signs because the shelving that I use is metal, but I couldn't find any magnet strips. I couldn't find, like at Walmart. I'm sure I could go to Home Depot and find something. So I found these fasteners, and this is what I'm gonna try for my signs. So that's it. The only other thing that I ordered this week were some safety eyes from Amazon. These are 15mm black safety eyes. If you guys need the link, just let me know. It's just all black, and I use these for my frogs. So I picked up 2 packages of those. And then I have a new rack for my hair scrunchies, chapstick holders, and fidget toys. And I picked up some of these generic, I don't know what you call them, like I guess displays. Here, let's see what it looks like. So you can put your scrunchie in here and then hang it like that. And then I also just ordered some stickers with my logo on it. So hopefully those will come before my next craft fair. And then I can see how that works. But I'll show you guys once I actually do. So I got a whole bag of them. So those are my purchases. The last thing before I get into donations is if you entered my contest to win a Pride bag, which was this bag right here. This was from like 2 videos ago. I announced the winner last week and that person has not emailed me. So I am going to give that person 1 more week. So if that person, and I'm not going to say the name because you have to watch the video in order to see who won. Look at the last Yarn Yakking video. If that person does not email me by the time we have the next Yarn Yakking video, then I'm going to do another giveaway of the same bag so we can just give this bag away. How about that? Okay, so we're going to get to donations. Let me get the first one ready. Hang on. All right, you guys. So the first donation I'm going to show you is actually from a friend of Paula. So Paula is my local friend here. And one of her friends gave her some hats for the chemo hats. And this was for the month of June. So I'm going to show you the chemo hats that she gave her. Oh, they're just beautiful. Thank you so much. I don't think she told me what her name was. So Paula, if you can just please make sure you tell your friend, thank you so much for the beautiful chemo hats. We really, really do appreciate it. So there are 5 more chemo hats that we can add to the pile. And then while we were there, Carolyn, who is also my local friend, was finishing up a shawl that she was making. And she gave it to me so that I could show you guys the shawl. It is a rectangle shawl, and it is using, I had to give her a ball of yarn to finish it. I have it here. Hang on, let me show you, hang on. Okay, it's obviously not this color because I gave her the 1 ball that I had, but it's using Bernat Sport Ombre Twist. And we all found these at Joann's when they were closing. So I don't know where you can find them again other than probably on Yarnspirations. Anyway, she bought a green one. I bought a green one. She needed some more. And so she finished making this rectangular shawl. It's super duper long and it's absolutely gorgeous. So let me see. It's my wingspan. So it's probably about 65 inches wide. So it is absolutely gorgeous. I don't think she told me what pattern she was using. She might have, but I don't remember. So I'll show you this close up so you can see what it looks like. And so that is a shawl from Carolyn. So Carolyn, thank you so much for letting me show your shawl. And this will go to the generous crafters. And this will go back in my stash. And we're gonna get to the next one. The next one I have here is a package I just picked up at the post office yesterday. This is from Jan, and she is from Michigan. And she has on her card, cat house, Rose, cat house, cat house. So if you guys do want to donate something to the Generous Crafters and you have a cat, please feel free to send them to me. But just let me know that you have a cat, and if you could put your items in a plastic bag, I would really appreciate it. I am highly allergic to cats. So here is the card. It is so pretty. Oh, it's glittery. And let's see what she says. She says, okay to read. Cats live here. Dear Rose, yes, I have a cat house. It is so okay. I really wish I could have a cat, but I have a dog instead. Okay, she says there are four shawls in bags of various yarns and patterns. These shawls have been whips in my stash, and it feels good to have them complete and onto a new home. Thank you, and to the group of Generous Crafters for accepting these donations. Okay, so let me see. She's got, okay, so I'm not going to be able to open the bag and show you, but I can at least show you, oh, I think I'll show you this side. So this one, she says, the Aqua Skies is a granny stitch triangle made with Karen baby cakes in aqua, and the white is Hobby Lobby soft and sleek. The pattern is from rescuepawdesigns.com. And that is, oh, I'm sorry, that is so pretty. I mean, just the colors alone are super duper pretty. I really wish I could see it, but I'm not going to be able to open up the bag. The next one says Lavender Fields. Okay, so that is this one. And let me see if I can, what does it say here? 100% acrylic machine wash and dry on low. Okay, so I'll just show you the colors. Oh, look at that. You can see that. She says the Lavender Fields triangle shawl/scarf is made with Premier DK anti-pilling in Iris. Don't remember the pattern. Might be from Hooked by Robin. So you guys can go and check that out. I love the Premier DK colors. It is so soft. I know this one is super soft. Okay, then she says, here's this one. You can at least see the pattern. The Spring Meadows Shawl, Aran and multivariegated, is made with Red Heart in Aran and Hirschner's Worsted Yarn in Morning Dew. The pattern is by Jennifer at Fiberflux, the Tulip Patch Shawl tutorial on YouTube. So you guys can go and check that out. I love this color. That is so pretty. Okay, and then the last one, oh my gosh, I love the color. Look at that, you guys. The Ribbons of Teal Shawl, made with Karen Simply Soft Ombre in Teal Zeal, patterned by Jennifer at Fiberflux. I think it's called the Happy Go Lucky Shawlette tutorial on YouTube. She says it's good to complete these and to be able to send them to you, your yarny friend in Michigan, from Jan. So Jan, thank you so much for donating these 4 shawls. I'm glad you were able to get them out of your house and they will definitely go for a good cause. If you guys want to know where they're going to be donating the shawls, you can check out the blog down below in the description box. I'm really excited to have found this group this year. Okay, let's get to the next one. All right, you guys, the next box came from Tatiana, and she is from California, and I have a note, and it says, "Hi Rose, thank you for giving us a chance to use our scrap yarn for a good cause." This is not scrap yarn, Tatiana. There are some squares, and I'm making some more. Love watching your videos, Tatiana from California. No cats, just 2 dogs, 1 bunny, and some fish. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I need to know the name of your dogs and your bunny, and if you've named your fish. We used to name our fish, and then they all died, so... in case you're wondering, I do have 1 dog. His name is Camo. He is a rescue dog. So, all right, so we're going to show you the squares. So the first stack here is Red Heart with Love. And let me see if there's a color on here. There's no color on here, but it is this beautiful orange color. And look at all of those squares. I mean, you guys have no idea. You saw that one that we put together earlier. Look at the color. This is perfect because you can find all kinds of stuff to go with this. Oh my gosh, they're just beautiful. Actually, I think like some of the stuff in this box will go together for sure. Okay, so here is the next stack, and these are all the same pattern. I mean, look at that, you guys. Seriously, all of those. And then there are 3 that look like this. So here, and then, well, hold on. And then all of these solid colors, this is all the same. So, I mean, this is a blanket, you guys. This is 100% almost an entire blanket right here, just in these squares. Tatiana, you have no idea how exciting that is. That is going to be a beautiful, beautiful blanket for someone. And you know what, you guys? I bet you could even match it with this one. Oh, 100%. What a great pop of color that would be if you used all these squares together. Oh my gosh, that is so exciting. So I'll make sure these all stay in the same bag. That way someone can look at them and just like put them together. That's not it though, you guys. There is a whole stack of these. And these are all the same. So the red, the white, the green. So, you know, if there's granny squares that have any of these colors in them, this is also like half a blanket, you guys, right here. That's incredible. Oh my gosh, Tatiana, you're just amazing. And then there is a bag here with more squares. And this is, I love this yarn print, and the color is called Flapper Girl. So it looks like it's a variegated. So the squares turned out a little tiny bit different. But then look at all the colors that we could use to match those squares. Aqua, white, yellow, orange, pink, purple. I mean, that's so much fun. Check that one out. It looks like it's like, that's so cool. And then that one also looks like it's doing that. So Tatiana, thank you so, so much for all these beautiful, beautiful squares. Oh my goodness gracious. I am so excited to bring these to the generous crafters because this is basically at least one blanket, if not a blanket and a half right here. Amazing. Okay, I have one more that actually came to me from the post office. So let me get that. Hang on. All right, you guys, the box that I have came from Kathy from Texas, and she's got a note that says no cats. And there was no note in the box about the pattern or anything, but I am going to show you these beautiful shawls that she sent. Oh my gosh, it's purple and it's knit. Look at that. Are you serious? That is just gorgeous. So I'm going to show you guys close up there. Look at how beautiful that is. Oh my gosh. Seriously, Kathy, this is just absolutely beautiful. I love it. You are so talented. It is just a short little shawl. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's so pretty. Okay, and then here is the other one that was in the box. And it looks like this is also knit. Oh my gosh, you guys are just amazing. So it looks like a rectangle shawl. So here it is folded up, and then I am going to show you close up what it looks like. I hope you guys can see that. That is so much work, and it's absolutely gorgeous. Wow. Okay, so here it is. Here we go. It is all spread out. It is way past my wingspan. Way past my wingspan. That is gorgeous. That is going to keep someone so warm and cozy. And I so appreciate you sending these donations, Kathy. They're just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Thank you so much. So this is all the donations that I picked up at the post office and that I got from Paula and Carolyn. So now I'm going to show you the ones that you guys purchased from my Etsy shop. Hang on. All right, you guys. So the first shawl that was donated was donated by Laura, who is from Michigan. And she picked out this shawl, which I call the Arrow shawl. And this, I can't remember which pattern this was. I do know this was, I think, a mandala cake or a cupcake. I can't remember. But it's got this arrow pattern at the top. And I will just show you guys. So she purchased this from my Etsy shop. And I'm pretty sure I probably talked about this somewhere in my YouTube Life channel, but I couldn't tell you where or how. You could probably look up Arrow shawl and you might be able to find it. But I honestly do not remember where I got the pattern from. So this one was donated from Laura. And remember, if you want to donate a shawl from my Etsy shop, just send me an email so I can reduce the price by 50%. And then that's my way of contributing to the Generous Crafters for this month. So Laura, thank you so much for donating this Arrow shawl. I appreciate it. The next shawl was donated by Connie, and Connie is from Pennsylvania. And I called this the Boogie Nights shawl because I used yarn from Lion Brand called Boogie Nights. And this is the shawl. And I am going to tell you, I know for a fact that this was a pattern from Fiber Spider, but I don't remember the name of the pattern. I think it might have been called like Dots or something like that. So this is super soft and it's got some sparkle in it and it's filet and it's just, oh my gosh. I mean, I love the pattern. I love the yarn too. The yarn was really, really nice to work with. So this is donated by Connie from Pennsylvania. So Connie, thank you so, so much for donating this shawl to the Generous Crafters. I really do appreciate it. And then we have my good friend Rose. I'm really not kidding you. Her name is Rose. She's from Arizona and she donates all the time to charity. So Rose, thank you so much. She actually picked up 2 of my shawls and she told me that I could not reduce the price on them. And Rose, I really, really appreciate that. That was really, really kind of you. And so she donated 2 of my Rivulette shawls. So she donated this one right here. This is using a Premier DK Colors yarn. And I probably, when I found this pattern, I probably made, I don't know, 10 or 15 of these because the pattern was just so pretty. And I love the way it comes out with those points on the bottom. So Rose donated this one, and then she also donated this one, which is like my favorite color. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. So I'm super excited that these are going to the Generous Crafters. So here is this other Rivulette shawl. And I believe this is also DK Colors, and the color is called Parrot. So Rose, thank you so, so much for donating these shawls for the Generous Crafters. I really appreciate it. I appreciate anyone who donates. You don't have to purchase from my Etsy shop. You don't even have to donate to the Generous Crafters. I always encourage you guys to donate locally if you can. So that's it for donations. So now I'm going to insert a clip because I've had craft fairs and I have been making things and I've been making the video clips right before I have to load up my car. So I am going to insert a video clip here of, I believe it is using one of those big monster balls of Bernat blanket yarn. And I think I made Octos, Frogs, and Pickles in this clip. So I'm going to just insert the clip here so you can see it. Hey guys, Rose from the past here to show you some things that I have been making. I am getting ready to pack up my car for a craft fair. So I figured I better film this stuff real quick so I can get my car packed up and ready to go. So this will be inserted in some future video. So hello from the Rose from the past. So, all right, so the first thing I want to show you today on this clip is I am kind of low on inventory for my emotional support pickles. So I'm going to show you those in just a second. I had a humongous ball of Bernat blanket. This was like a mega ball. I got this, I don't know, a year ago maybe on sale at Joann Fabrics. This is the same specs as regular blanket yarn. It's a 6 weight, except this one has 431 yards. So it is almost twice the size of a regular ball of Bernat blanket yarn. So this is a label for the small one, and this is the label for the big one. So I had this ball, and it is the color Spring Grass. And I figured I needed to start making some pickles, emotional support pickles, because I'm low on stock. So I grabbed that ball of yarn, and I was thinking, what else can I make with that green yarn? I'll show you all the other stuff I got out of that big ball of yarn. But I will tell you that the emotional support pickle, the tutorial that I use is here on YouTube, and it's from Mary Makes, and it will be linked down below in the description box. So if you guys want to go and check it out, you can go and check it out. So I'm going to show you my pickles. I have not made the tags for these yet. I have to go and make those before I load them up in the car. But I did want to show you my pickles. So they are all a little tiny bit different. They all have different eyes, I believe. Here are two of them, and they're a little bit greener than that. So there's two there, and then this one I actually put on a green mouth, and that one has green eyes. So I made 3 of this particular color for the emotional support pickle with that big ball of yarn. And then I am low on stock on my Octos in the color green. So the Octo pattern that I use is from Laurel at the Dabbling Hook. That tutorial is always linked down below in the description box. She uses a 4-weight yarn in that tutorial, so I have modified it for blanket yarn. So again, with that huge ball, I got 1, 2, and 3 Octos. I could have made more Octos, but I'm also low on inventory for my leggy frogs. So I decided instead of keeping on going with the pickles and the Octos, that I would make some frogs with that green yarn. So the tutorial that I use for the frogs is also here on YouTube. Her name is Chloe Crafts, and it's called the Crochet Leggy Frog, and that will also be linked down below in the description box. So I'm going to show you all of the froggies that I was able to get out of that one ball of yarn. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I had just enough to do the top part of another one, and then I used some scrap yarn for the bottom. So it looks like this one's wearing a little jumper, I guess. So I got 4.5 frogs, 3 Octos, and 3 emotional support pickles out of, I don't even know what I just did with the label. It's not this one. Oh, I put it in a bag over here. So anyway, that huge ball of yarn, 3 pickles, 3 Octos, and 4.5 frogs out of that one ball. So I figured since I was on a pickle kick that I would make a few more pickles so that I had a good inventory. So then I found this Bernat Baby Blanket Sparkle, and the color on this is called Limeade Sparkle. And I was able to get 3 pickles out of that. And I think they all just have black eyes on there. So black eyes, black smiles. I need to make the tags for these also. And then I also was able to get 2 Octos out of there. And it is sparkly. So that was kind of one session. I mean, not all at one time, but that was like this one pile of stuff. The emotional support pickles, some Octos, and some leggy frogs. So I have to go and make the tags for the pickles and get those ready, and then I have to go and load up my car. So I highly recommend Laurel from the Dabbling Hook for the Octos. I love the leggy frog pattern from Chloe Crafts, and the emotional support pickle is a great pattern. What I did for the pickle is I figured out where I wanted the little warts to be, and I actually wrote up on my piece of paper where I wanted the warts to be, and that way they look the same every time. And I didn't want like a wart like right here in the middle of the face, because that would look like a nose, and I didn't want it like, you know, like right here. So I kind of manipulated where I wanted the warts, but you can put the warts wherever you want. So that is it. We've got these two colors on the Pickles, and I think that's going to be it for this clip. I still have a ton more stuff to film and show you guys. So I'm going to let you go with a little shot of the emotional support Pickles. Now, I don't sell these in my Etsy shop because I keep them in inventory for my craft fairs. But if anyone is interested in a pickle, just send me an email and let me know. So, all right, that's it. I'm going to return you back to the present day Rose. Talk to you later. Bye. All right, guys, so let me know what you think of the Pickles. I've made them before. The Octos, I've made those before, and the Frogs I've made before. So I know I do still need to make more frogs because I'm running low on inventory. I'm becoming frog negative. So anyway, let me know what you guys think of the shawls, of the frogs, of the Octos, of anything that you saw here on the video. Please leave a positive comment down below. I know someone asked last time why I say leave a positive comment, because they couldn't believe that anyone would leave a negative comment. And I don't think that people would leave a negative comment either. And if there was a negative comment, it would be deleted immediately. But I want to make sure that I encourage positivity and charity and graciousness and just appreciating you guys as well. So that's all I have. I do not have a craft fair this weekend, so I am just busting my butt trying to make, because I'm low on cats and chickens, and I only have like 5 bees left. So those are my 3 things I'm going to concentrate on, but I'm going to make sure that I insert all the clips that I've already taken for the past 2 weeks. So let me know what you think of anything. If the winner of the bag needs to get back to me by next week, and let me know if you guys have any tips and tricks if you do craft fairs, like what you do to like hold your signage down, or if you have a tent, like what you use for that, or anything else, any kind of good tips that you can give me. I do have a video of what my setup looked like, and maybe I'll insert that in the next video. So, all right, guys, that's it. I hope you have a good rest of your day and a good weekend, and I'm sure see you next week. Take care. Bye.